In this second of the 3 files that's been supplied, you'll see that we're starting the process here of populating the floor space. We've added to the shell some doors and some windows, and we've got a preparation area here, and we've got some sinks here, so the shop's starting to take shape. Although most of this detail will have been created using the drawing tools a line at a time, you won't want to leave them like that. This window, for example, it's originally been created from 9 individual lines, but is now a single entity in the form of a block. When I click on it, the whole 9 lines are recognised as a single block. There are all sorts of reasons why that's useful. In this case specifically, that's going to help us because we're going to want to use that window more than once. We've used it again over here, although rotated. So the fact that we created it once, turned it into a block, stored it in the library to be retrieved, is going to cut down the work considerably. That's true for any AutoCAD drawing that you do, but especially so in an exercise such as this, where so much hinges on your ability to move things around about the scene. In this case, because the preparation area is a single block, we're able to click on it and drag it and try it out in new locations. We can do that with virtually all of the furniture, fixtures and fittings. In this short presentation then, I'm going to go through with you the process of creating a block and retrieving blocks. Let's then zoom into the area around about the restrooms where there's a number of doors. Currently, this door is a combination of a number of elements. There's the arc here, and there's the 4 lines that go together to make up the rectangle. And between the rectangle and the arc, that signifies the door. As things stand just now, that door was drawn once, and then the copy function was used to recreate 2 more instances of that door. And although that works perfectly fine, a much better approach would have been to create that one door, turn it into a block, and then retrieve more instances of the door as needed. So I've just removed these copied doors and I'll replace them with blocks in a moment or two. Let's see how easy it is to turn this into a block. I'm going to zoom into this door here and I'll select all of that rectangle and the arc, and that's everything I need to make a block that represents a door in plan. So that being the case then, while I'm in the Home tab, I can go to the Blocks section of the ribbon and select Create, and up comes the Block Definition dialog box. First thing I'll do is give this block a name. I'm going to call it Door Plan. I get a small preview here showing me what's been selected. The next important thing to do is to choose an insertion point on the door, and I'll do that by going to the base point area of the dialog box and clicking on Pick Point. The dialog box disappears and gives me the chance to nominate which part of the block will be the insertion point. I want to choose this bottom left hand corner, and it's helpful that I've got OSnap switched on, so I can grab that bottom left hand corner right there. As soon as I grab that corner, the dialog box comes back, and for now that's all I need to tell the dialog box, so I'll say OK. I'll be able to check out that that's worked by clicking anywhere on the door, and I'll see that that's now a single entity. That's become a block. I think I'm going to illustrate just how easy this now is to place new instances of that door by right clicking and saying cut and take that door away. And we'll go back into the same area of the ribbon, and instead of create, this time say insert, and up comes the insert dialog box, and I can see in the top of the dialog box that the block that's been offered to me just now is the one that I've just created. I'm not interested in changing the scale or the rotation right now, so make sure these boxes are unchecked. I am interested in nominating the insertion point by specifying it on screen, so with this button checked, I'll say OK. And I'm now looking for the point on the drawing that lines up with the insertion point on the block, and that's that corner right there. So I'll click there, and that places my block in exactly the right position. While I'm at it, I'll scroll out, then back in, and I'll place another door here. I'll just hit the spacebar to bring up the dialog box again to allow me to insert another block. I'll say OK, hunt for that insertion point right there, and that's the second instance placed. I'll hit the spacebar again, dialog box comes up, say OK, and place a third. If I click on Create again and bring up the Block Definition dialog box, you'll see from this drop down menu that there's already a high number of blocks already created here for all different things. the sinks and the windows and the preparation area, etc. I'll just cancel that and illustrate to you that here are those elements here and here and here, here. So hopefully it's absolutely clear to you now how vital and helpful the use of blocks is to your practice in AutoCAD.